All right, so here we are, starting the second act of the storyline. We have Jesus in the bar with the two cops we saw earlier. He's just kind of on his way out right now. The other two are going to finish their game of pool. Yeah, this is just kind of the start of a new story in in part two. So not a lot else to say about that. We got our two cops. We got a pool table that I bought off eBay for, I don't know, I think it was 1/24th scale. I had to cut down the legs. And tonight, looking at the characters, they really need to go a little bit more, maybe eighth of an inch, and that would be the right height for being scale for people. But yeah, I just looked it up. I think it was 1/24, 1/28 scale pool table. We got a dude in back on a jukebox for Five Nights at Freddy's. That is from the McFarlane set. I think it's a stage set. Yeah, the stage set for McFarlane Five Nights at Freddy's. Perfect for mini mates. On the posters in back, those are actually just like you go search that 1/24 scale, and then it'll like stickers come up for it's either car stuff or it's like advertisements. It seems like it's all beer advertisements or car stuff. So yeah, I got like a whole page of different beer advertisements, and you got to fill in a little bit more of those dead spots in the picture with other random stuff. I've always wanted to make a bar, I just never got around to it. But I can do makeshift bars at this point in time with what I have. So, anyways, yeah, we'll go on to the next shot. So here's the next shot. This is probably the funniest scene from the whole, series that I have in my head right now. Who knows what'll come along later, but we have Jesus in a back alley going to the bathroom. It just, whatever. Anyways, and he has a couple elves sneaking up on him, ready to assault him, which will, the reasons for that will become clear later on. But for now, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, he just left the bar and he's going to the bathroom in the alleyway, and these guys are sneaking up on him. So on to the next panel. So here's our first shot of our henchmen. Besides that back, shot of them. Yeah, it's not so much that they're antagonists. They're more, they are antagonists, but they're henchmen to the main antagonist. But Jesus turns around. He sees like four angry elves, and he's pretty shocked. And then like, what is actually happening here? This is so weird, or whatever. I would be freaked out if I saw these four. In a dark alley, after a night of drinking or whatever. So that's kind of what this shot's all about. These guys are actually a mix and match of the Nightmare Before Christmas elves. I used the hats, the legs on a lot of them. I did use some legs off some of the smaller mini mates that are out there. The Bruce Wayne from Gotham. And then the other two, the women headpieces, are from Capcom. I think one is Street Fighter, the other one's female from Capcom. I don't remember what her name is, but it works well. They're both, very different. They don't quite have the ears that the elves have, but at least the hairs are kind of funky. The hair pieces are kind of funky. It's not something you normally see. So, on a normal human being. So, just to get the elves some variety. I almost used the Nightmare Before Christmas elves, and I just thought, God, for all those people who love that movie, all you're gonna see is the elves from Nightmare Before Christmas. So, yeah, we got these guys instead. So, and I think I did a pretty good job kit bashing these guys and making elves out of them. So, anyways, on to the next shot. So here's one of the smaller panels. Of course, we have the elves all looking up at him. He's got a shocked look on his face. This is a Kevin Smith head, actually, from, I think, Comic Book Men or something, the 4-pack. And the next, he turns around, he sees all these elves, and he's shocked. And then we move on to the next panels of him getting the crap beat out of him. So on to the next one. So here we have our, royal beatdown of Jesus. This will probably be the last setup of him getting beaten up. Yeah, it's the four of them going at it. His gun is falling out of his pocket. It's laying on the ground, and these four beating him with candy canes. So this is pretty much, yeah, like I said, the end of it. We had a little bit of blood effects on Jesus's face. And then, yeah, we'll go on to who the actual protagonist or antagonist is of this storyline, on who the elves are actually working for. Not that we'll actually come out on who it is right away, but we'll get our first glimpse at the villain. So let's move on to that panel. So here's a quick shot we'll use. I wanted to get a close-up of Jesus all bloody and talking to the antagonist, so you're going to have to wait about 3 more seconds or 10 more seconds to see who it is. But had to take a quick shot of him laying on the ground bleeding and asking who exactly the villain is. So yeah, on to the next shot. So here he is. This is our main antagonist. It's Pumpkinhead. He doesn't know who he is. That last shot will probably have a mask, just so people know that he's not aware of who exactly this is. You know, who are you? What are you supposed to be? And then he has some kind of line like someone who's tired of you getting in the way. And then, on to the next panel. But Jesus has no idea what the motivation is behind these guys, what exactly they're doing, who this is. There's a kind of a backstory. There's a history between the elves, why they don't like Jesus. So it's pretty easy for this bad guy to manipulate them into doing this hit job with them. So anyways, yeah, there's a whole mythos here. It's just so ridiculous. All right, on to the next shot, which might be one of my favorite shots of this scene. And then there'll be 2 more. I think we'll do tonight. I don't know if it should all be on this video. But yeah, on to a couple more shots, and then I think I'm going to take a break tonight. So here we have, the pumpkin guy unloading around into Jesus. This is, he has the elves take him out, comes in and shoots Jesus in the chest to kill him, obviously. So whoever wants him dead, whoever this is, definitely wants him dead. So that's basically what is going on in this shot. So I'll give it a nice angle. I want to crop this down just to give it a little bit more action. Just kind of a surprise when it happens. But that's pretty much what's going on here. So interesting stuff as the story unfolds. So here we are at the next shot. Jesus has been shot in the chest. He's just laying there as Pumpkinhead. I haven't come up with a name for him yet, if it's just going to be Jack or Jack-o'-lantern or something like that. But he's walking away, and Jesus is laying there with a little bit of smoke coming out of his chest. There's this is going to be a paneled shot. Probably a widescreen with a few panels just to show the steps of something happening. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is he's going to reach into his coat and pull out, spoiler alert for the next couple scenes, he's going to reach in his coat and pull out a Bible with the smoke coming out of it. That old trope, like somebody gets shot with by a book, or the good, the bad, and the ugly with the iron plate, something like that. But that's basically what's going to happen. So this is going to be the top panel, and then we're going to have like 3 panels. One of him reaching into his coat, one of the Bible kind of coming out, and then one of him laying there holding the Bible with the smoke coming out of it. So anyways, let's go on to those next shots. So here's that shot I was talking about. He's all bloodied up. Actually, I switched out the head, so I had to look at last night's pictures and try to put some blood right back in the correct places for him. But he's pulling the Bible out of his jacket. It's got the smoke coming off it. I did have to pop out his arm to get it like that for him to hold it. You can't really see it very well. Let's turn up some light here. Yeah, I just popped the arm out of the socket. Otherwise, his arm would not go that way, would not move that way. He's been shot. This is the whole thing on how he actually survives it. Pulls out the Bible, and we got one more shot of him saying, thank you, good book, or whatever. something like that. And yeah, we got one more that shot, and then we're on to another setup. All right, so here's our last video from this setup. It's just, like I said, it's him holding the Bible with smoke coming out of it. He's survived, and we're going to move on to the next setup. It's a completely different setup. We're going to bring Santa back. So I just figured we'd start a new video. And yeah, that's just about it. Look for my links to my Instagram and Facebook in the description of this video. Hit that like and subscribe button. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Let's move on to the next video, part 3. Bye now.